Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. We love to do these. We love to take a topic and really get into it. And today we're tackling gold IRAs.
Oh, yeah.
And we actually got some pretty good source material from one of our listeners on this one. I think they found it pretty interesting, too.
Yeah, and it seems like a really hot topic right now. A lot of people reaching out saying, hey, what is this all about?
Yeah, so we've got, the basics, like what is a gold IRA, and we've got, um, a detailed guide on how to set one up,
Mm-hmm.
and then even some information on, one specific company, Goldco.
Okay.
So we'll be able to get into all of that stuff. But yeah, so let's just jump right into it.
Sounds good.
Gold IRAs. So what are they all about? I mean, we're familiar with the idea of an IRA for retirement,
Right.
but what makes it a gold IRA?
Well, a gold IRA, it's still a retirement account. It's still an IRA.
Yeah.
But instead of holding stocks and bonds and mutual funds,
Oh, okay.
it holds physical precious metals.
Okay, so it's like a self-directed IRA.
Yeah, you got it.
You get to pick exactly what goes into it.
Right. And this is one of the ways that you can invest in precious metals for your retirement in a tax-advantaged way.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah.
And, I've heard from a lot of listeners lately, um, just, the idea of having a tangible asset.
Yeah.
Something real that you can hold.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be really appealing to people, especially in times when, maybe the economy feels a little shaky.
Exactly, especially in today's climate, right? I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty,
Right.
and people are looking for ways to kind of hedge their bets and protect their savings.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. And I think that's what really stood out to me in this How to Set Up a Gold IRA with Goldco guide that we got.
Right.
It's not about, replacing your entire portfolio
Yeah,
with gold or precious metals. It's
Yeah.
about adding this extra layer of protection.
exactly. It's all about diversification. You
Right.
wouldn't build a house on one pillar.
Yeah.
You need multiple supports.
Right.
Right? And a gold IRA can act as one of those pillars for your retirement plan.
It's like building that solid foundation so no matter what storms come your way,
Yeah.
it's ready.
You're prepared. Exactly.
All right, so let's talk about gold then.
Okay.
The guide mentions this a lot, the historical aspect of gold,
Right.
like as a safe haven.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, gold has been a store of value for centuries, right?
Yeah.
You think about ancient civilizations, they were using gold
Right.
as a form of currency.
Grow.
And even today, in times of crisis, people turn to gold as a safe haven asset.
So it's like it holds its value even when everything else is going crazy.
Exactly. I mean,
Right.
take the 2008 financial crisis, for example.
Yeah.
The S&P 500 dropped like 38%.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But gold actually went up in value during that same period.
That's crazy.
So it really does, prove itself as a hedge against economic turmoil.
Wow. So in a way, it's almost like having a little bit of insurance
Yeah,
built into your portfolio.
exactly. A little safety net.
Okay.
Yeah.
But of course, we always have to be realistic here.
Sure.
Higher potential returns usually mean higher risk.
Right.
I mean, what about the risks involved with gold?
Well, of course, with any investment, there are risks.
Yeah. Right.
Gold prices can fluctuate.
Yeah.
They can go up, they can go down. It's not a guaranteed get-rich-quick scheme,
Sure.
It's a long-term strategy, and it's important to be aware of the risks involved before you invest.
Okay. And if someone wants to learn more about that,
Yeah.
or maybe they are intrigued by the idea of setting up a gold IRA, what's the best way to go about that?
Well, I think the guide, How to Set Up a Gold IRA with Goldco that you mentioned earlier, is a great starting point.
Okay.
It breaks down the entire process into easy-to-follow steps.
And it makes it sound a lot less intimidating too, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because I know it can seem overwhelming at first,
No.
but they really break it down into manageable chunks.
Okay, so let's walk through those steps a little bit then.
Okay, sure.
So first things first, you have to pick a company,
Right.
to work with.
You got to choose a gold IRA company.
And that's where Goldco comes in? Is that right?
Well, Goldco is one option,
Mhm.
and they are a reputable company. They're actually recognized by the LBMA, which is the London Bullion Market Association.
Okay, so they're legit.
Yeah, they're kind of a global authority in the precious metals market, so that speaks volumes about their credibility.
Okay, so, not just picking some random company out there. You want to make sure you're working with someone who knows what they're doing.
Exactly. You need to do your due diligence.
Right.
Research the company, make sure they're a good fit for you.
Okay, so step one, find a reputable company.
Got it.
What's next?
Next, you need to set up a self-directed IRA.
Okay, and I think we touched on that a little bit earlier, but this basically means that you're in control
Exactly.
of your investments.
It gives you the power to choose what goes into your IRA.
Okay.
So you're not limited to just stocks and bonds. You can have precious metals.
Oh, okay. So you're the captain of your own ship here,
Exactly.
charting the course for your retirement.
You got it.
I love it. Okay. So we've got the company.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the self-directed IRA.
Yeah.
Now we need to fund it.
That's right. You got to put some money in there.
And the guy had mentioned something about rollovers.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about gold IRAs. You can roll over funds from existing retirement accounts,
Okay.
like your 401k, for example.
And this is tax-free.
That's the best part. It's a tax-free rollover.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's a great way to move your money into a gold IRA without any tax penalties.
Okay, but there are still contribution limits to keep in mind.
Right. Those are set by the IRS.
Yeah, the IRS always has to have their say.
Always got to follow the rules.
Of course. Okay, so we've got our account set up. We've funded it.
Mm-hmm.
Now comes the fun part.
The exciting part.
Picking out the metals.
Choosing your precious metals.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I was surprised to learn that it's not just gold.
No, it's not just gold.
You have other options.
You can also invest in silver, platinum, palladium.
Platinum. I mean, that sounds so fancy.
Yeah, it does, right?
What makes these different metals appealing to investors?
Well, each metal has its own unique properties and market behavior. You know, gold is obviously the classic choice,
Right.
but silver, for example, is often seen as a more affordable option.
Okay.
And platinum and palladium have industrial uses which can affect their price.
Oh, I see. So it's important to do your research and figure out which metal aligns with your goals.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've picked out our shiny metals.
Yep.
Last step.
Storage.
Right. You can't just stash this stuff under your mattress.
No, you can't. You have to store your precious metals in an IRS-approved depository.
Oh, okay, so there are rules about this.
Yeah, the IRS has strict regulations.
And I guess this is another area where choosing the right company matters.
Absolutely. A company like Goldco can help you with that.
Okay.
They'll make sure your metals are stored securely and in compliance with IRS regulations.
So no penalties or anything like that?
Exactly. They'll take care of all that for you.
Okay, so we've covered the basics of setting up a gold IRA. But let's talk about the cost,
Okay. Yeah.
because this isn't free.
It's not free, no.
There are fees involved.
There are fees associated with setting up and maintaining a gold IRA.
Right. So let's break that down. What kind of fees are we talking about?
Okay, so you'll have setup fees, administration fees, and storage fees.
Okay, so it's kind of like any other financial product.
Yeah, it's similar to other types of investment.
You're going to have those ongoing costs.
Exactly, and it's important to understand those costs up front.
Right. And to compare those costs when you're choosing a company.
Absolutely, because different companies will have different fee structures.
And if you want to know more about what makes a good company or bad company and the differences between them and, what to look out for, you can grab a free checklist at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
That's a great resource.
Yeah.
It'll help you sort through all the options and make an informed decision.
Awesome. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
The basics of gold IRAs, how to set one up, the steps involved,
Right.
and even some of the costs to be aware of.
Exactly.
But we're just getting started.
Yeah, there's a lot more to explore.
And that's what we're going to be doing in the rest of this deep dive. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
So, we talked about doing your research, right?
Yeah, due diligence is key.
Exactly. And that's where Gold IRA Blueprint's website comes in handy.
Oh, yeah. So I was poking around there, too.
It's a treasure trove of information.
Yeah. And they have a really good frequently asked questions section. It's like they anticipated all the things that someone new to this would want to know.
Right. And one of the questions they answer is how to spot a trustworthy gold IRA company.
Oh, yeah. Because there's got to be some bad apples out there, right?
Unfortunately, yes. There are some companies that are less reputable than others.
So what are the red flags?
Well, one thing to look for is transparency.
Okay.
You want a company that's upfront about their fees and their services.
So no hidden costs or surprises?
Exactly. And you also want to check out their track record.
Okay, so look for reviews, testimonials, that kind of thing.
Right. See how long they've been in business, what their reputation is like.
And communication is important too, right?
Oh, absolutely. You want a company that's responsive to your questions and concerns.
Yeah, it's like finding a good mechanic.
Exactly. You want someone who's knowledgeable, trustworthy, and who won't try to rip you off.
And just like you'd get a second opinion for a medical procedure.
Right.
It's probably a good idea to compare different gold IRA companies.
Absolutely. And that's where Gold IRA Blueprint's company comparisons are really helpful.
Oh, yeah, those are great. They actually break it down side by side.
Yeah, they compare different providers based on things like fees, storage options, customer service.
It's like having a personal shopper for your gold IRA.
Exactly. They do the research for you, so you don't have to.
And they even cover a topic that I think a lot of people are afraid to talk about.
Which is scams.
Oh, yeah. Gold IRA scams. Unfortunately, they do exist.
So how can people protect themselves from those?
Well, first and foremost, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
That's a good rule of thumb for life in general. Exactly. Be wary of companies that promise guaranteed returns or try to pressure you into making a quick decision.
So no get-rich-quick schemes.
No get-rich-quick schemes and no high-pressure sales tactics.
Okay. And always do your own independent research.
Absolutely. Don't just take the company's word for it.
Right.
Check out online reviews, see if they're registered with the Better Business Bureau.
Look for any complaints or red flags.
Exactly. You want to make sure you're dealing with a legitimate company.
And if you're still not sure, talk to a financial advisor.
Yeah, that's always a good idea.
Get a professional opinion.
Exactly. They can help you assess your individual needs and goals and see if a gold IRA is right for you.
Okay, so we've talked about the practical side of things.
Right.
But there's also an emotional aspect to investing,
Absolutely.
especially when it comes to something like gold. It's not just a financial asset. It's
tangible.
It's tangible.
Something you can hold in your hand.
Yeah, and it has this long history
Right.
of being a store of value.
Centuries of history.
So there's a certain sense of security that comes with that.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. When things are uncertain in the world,
Yeah.
gold has always been there.
Right.
It's like a constant,
It's like a rock.
a rock, yeah, solid foundation.
And that can be really reassuring.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in times like these when,
The economy is a little shaky.
yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world.
Inflation is up. Interest rates are up. People are worried about their retirement.
Exactly.
That's where gold can come in.
Yeah, it can provide a sense of peace of mind.
Yeah, it's like a safety net,
It's a hedge against inflation.
a tangible asset that you can hold on to
Exactly.
when everything else feels like it's falling apart.
And that brings us back to the 2008 financial crisis.
Oh, yeah. That was a tough time for a lot of people.
It was a wake-up call for many.
Yeah, retirement accounts were decimated.
People lost a lot of money.
And it made people realize that,
They needed to diversify.
yeah, that their traditional investments might not be enough.
Exactly. And that's where gold can play a role.
Right. It's not about putting all your eggs in one basket.
No, it's about spreading the risk.
Having a balanced portfolio.
Exactly. And gold can be a part of that balance.
Okay, so let's recap here for a second.
Okay.
We've talked about the importance of doing your research, finding a reputable gold IRA company,
Right.
understanding the fees and storage options.
Exactly.
And we've touched on the emotional aspect of investing in gold.
The peace of mind it can provide.
Exactly. So if you're intrigued by the idea of a gold IRA and you want to learn more,
Yeah.
head over to goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
They have that free checklist.
Yes, it's a great resource to help you get started
It'll walk you through the steps of choosing the right company.
and making sure that a gold IRA is the right fit for you.
Exactly, because it's not right for everyone.
Right. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
No, but it's definitely worth exploring.
Absolutely. And even if you decide that a gold IRA isn't for you, you'll still come away with valuable knowledge about investing in retirement planning.
Exactly. It's all about empowering yourself.
So let's keep this conversation going.
Okay.
We'll be right back with more on gold IRAs.
It's all about building that secure future, right?
Yeah, like we're constructing a financial fortress
Exactly, brick by brick.
to protect ourselves from whatever the future holds.
And we've got our blueprints ready.
Yeah. We've looked at the materials, we've assessed the landscape.
Right, we've considered the risks.
But even with the best laid plans, there's always that nagging thought.
That what if?
What if something unexpected happens?
Like a financial crisis.
Yeah, like 2008?
Exactly.
The source material actually mentioned that.
Yeah, they highlighted how gold held its value during that time.
It really did act like a safe haven.
A true safe haven.
It's amazing how gold has this historical reputation for weathering those economic storms.
It's like a financial time machine, connecting us back to ancient civilizations.
Yeah, who valued gold just as much as we do today.
Exactly. It's a testament to its enduring appeal.
It's like a constant in a world of change.
Right.
And in today's world,
Yeah.
with all the talk about inflation and a potential recession,
Uncertainty everywhere you look.
it's natural to want to hold on to something real,
Absolutely something tangible.
something that has stood the test of time.
like gold.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about that peace of mind.
knowing that you've taken steps to protect yourself,
To diversify your portfolio.
to hedge against those what-if scenarios.
Exactly.
But peace of mind also comes from making informed decisions,
Of course.
right? It's not about just jumping into a gold IRA blindly.
No, you got to do your research.
Understand the nuances, the potential risks, and make sure it aligns with your financial goals.
Exactly.
And that's where Gold IRA Blueprint and the How to Set Up a Gold IRA with Goldco guide
Right.
really shine.
They emphasize that due diligence.
Yeah. Doing your homework,
Researching different companies.
comparing fees,
Understanding storage options.
making sure everything's kosher with the IRS.
Absolutely.
And it's important to remember that even though we're focusing on gold IRAs, it's just one piece of the retirement puzzle.
Right.
It's not the whole picture.
You're part of a broader strategy.
Exactly.
You need a well-rounded financial plan.
You might want to talk to a financial advisor.
Definitely.
Stay informed about what's happening in the markets.
Absolutely.
It's all about taking those steps to secure your future.
Taking control of your financial destiny.
And for anyone who wants to learn more about gold IRAs and see if it's the right fit for them,
Yeah.
don't forget to check out that free checklist.
At goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
Yeah, it's a fantastic resource.
It'll guide you through the process.
Help you make those informed decisions.
And ultimately help you build that secure retirement.
Exactly. So we hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of gold IRAs.
Yeah, it's been a fascinating conversation.
And remember, knowledge is power
The more you know, the better equipped you are.
to create the future that you want.
So keep learning, keep asking questions.
And as always, thanks for joining us.